guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this halo or spotlight eye using the Colourpop Bare Necessities palette. Their newly launched big palette that is literally every neutral girl, everyday makeup wearer girl's dream. You have like a good range of light browns, neutral browns, deep and dark browns, and then like a line of mauve shades, which is so gorgeous. I love my mauves and my berry tones, as you guys know. I am doing this really easy spotlight eye today, so if you want to learn how to get this look, then please keep on watching. Starting off with lip balm, my Kosas Sport lip balm. I love the minty feeling. Alright, we're going to prime our eyelids. I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion. We are going to set the primer. I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder in number 2. This also has a little bit of the Fenty Beauty Powder as well. I'm going to use my Morphe E20 just to set the premises. Look, a couple breakouts right here and they are annoying me so bad. I'm going to set my eyebrows. So today we're going to be using the Colourpop Bare Necessities palette, and of course, you guys know I had to get it. I actually picked up quite a bit from their like Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. So I have a lot of Colourpop videos coming. They literally just arrived not too long ago. It took quite a long time to arrive just because of the holiday traffic, I guess, holiday shopping. But I'm going to be using the Colourpop Bare Necessities. I love this like nude pink with the rose gold writing. And of course it looks like this. I've used it once other time and I really like the shadows. I'm going to be using this shade today called Pixie. I had wanted to do a different type of look, kind of. I think I'm going to do like a spotlight eye. My boyfriend was really attracted to this color right here, so I asked him what eyeshadow look I should be doing. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's just easier for him to pick, and not, like, it's going to take me a long time. I'm very indecisive, but gorgeous palette, like a dream for those who are starting off with makeup, like don't have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, or maybe want to try out Colourpop, or you don't have a lot of makeup and you just want to get into it and like play with eyeshadows, but like that aren't too expensive at breaking the bank. This was, I think, like less than $30, I believe. Let's get started. I'm going to start off by warming up my crease. I'm going to take my Makeup Shack T50 and I'm going to take the shades Hustler right here to start warming up my crease. You guys, this video, like I usually pre-film my videos. I film every weekend, so it is December 28th right now, and I literally, is it the 20th? Yeah, I literally stayed up all last night binge watching You Season 2. I loved You Season 1. So excited when they renewed for a second season, and so I finished all of it. Please let me know down below what you think. If you have been binge watched Season 2, if you've never watched You, please sign up for Netflix and watch it. I know that You at first was like on Lifetime, I believe. I don't have like cable, so I couldn't watch it when it was on Lifetime, even though it was very intriguing. But when it got picked up by Netflix, I watched it and literally was obsessed. So I bought the books. I bought the first book because I want to read it, and I know that the books are more, like the show is more accurate to the book this time. And I heard that the second season doesn't follow the book quite as much, so I'm excited. And I heard that she's coming out with 2 more books for the show. Or, I don't know. But we shall see. Let me know down below if you've watched You in general, and then if you've watched You Season 2, because I'm literally, like, shook. And I want to, like, rewatch it, kind of, to see if I, like, missed anything, you know? But anyways, I'm going to start off by warming up my crease, starting right at the middle and blending back and forth. It's like a skin tone shade, so it's not really gonna show up that much, but it will still kind of give me a little bit of depth. I'm going to take a smaller brush. I take this shade right here called Complicated, which is a light neutral brown with a little bit of gold, and I'm going to apply that in the inner and outer corner just to continue lightly warming it up. I'm going to start with the outer corners first and just like lay the shadow on there. I'm going to lay it and blend it inwards. Alright, I'm going to start patting it into the inner corners. And then as you can see, there is like a little bit of an empty space, but we will fix that. I just want to make sure that it's all blended and it's kind of like the depth that I want it to be. Next, just moving down the line, I'm going to take the shade Hot Gossip, which is kind of like a more cool toned brown, and go ahead and apply it right over top. Because the shimmery shade that we want to use is kind of more cool tone, so I want to like go in with that. Go ahead and take my T50 going back with Hustler and just lightly blend everything out. I'm going to take a flat shader brush. I'm going to take my JH41 and I'm going to take the shade Tabloid. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take the shade Tabloid right here, which is a really pretty neutral chocolatey brown. I'm going to apply that to the outer corners. And then also take my JH. Actually, I'm going to take Morphe M573 and I'm going to blend that inwards. Going back in with my JH33 or 41 and blend. Really pretty so far. Take my T50 with Hustler once more. So pretty so far. Alright, now we're going to deepen this up a little bit more. I'm going to take my same JH41 and taking the shade Velveteen, right? Yeah. I'm going to apply that on top of Tabloid, this is the more cooler brown. So, just going to pat my desired smokiness. Same M573. Just blending it out. That's gorgeous. The same thing to the inner corners. I'm going to move on to the main part of this gorgeous look. I'm going to take the shade Pricks Fixie with my finger. It's a really gorgeous shade. I'm going to apply it with a brush in just a bit. I'm just going to apply it to the center. And I don't want it to be like very precise like my other spotlight eyes. That is pretty. Alright, I'm going to take a clean brush. This is the Morphe M433 and I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to blend it inwards. That is so pretty. I'm going to go back with the same M433 and blend. I'm going to go in with my Morphe JH33. Mix a little bit of Tabloid and Velveteen together to go ahead and kind of like deepen it back up and blend out any harsh lines. Do you guys see that? That is really pretty. I just went ahead and kind of like blended everything out a little bit more and like did a little bit of detail work. Deepened it up, put more of the Trixie, what is it called? Pricks Fixie shade on and then like blend it out, like just like really back and forth. I'm going to step away from my eyes for just a little bit while we work on our face. I'm going to go ahead and apply some Glow. This is obviously the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, number 4 medium. To blend that out with my Tarte buffing brush. So for foundation, I'm going to be using my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is in Punjab and Vienna. I haven't used this foundation in my videos in a long time. It's like one of my favorites, but I'm going to mix them because I feel like Vienna can be a little too light and Punjab is for when I'm a little bit tanner. To use my Morphe MB9 to mix and then apply it onto the base. the JH03. I'm just going to take a little bit, work it into the foundation brush. I forgot how much I love this foundation. Like, my skin looks so good. For concealer, of course, I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy and Ginger to correct and also kind of like fix up the shadows. Made it a little crazy. I think I did pretty good today though, but just to fix it up a little bit. I went ahead and blended out the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Concealer in 190 to highlight and brighten, or yeah, same thing. I'm not going to let this concealer set, so I'm going to go ahead and blend it out right away. Before I go ahead and set and bake under the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and blend once more using my Morphe E28, the concealer and shadows together. Just makes it look more cohesive. In the inner corners, because sometimes, like I said, I do go super crazy. I'm going to go ahead and blend out any creasing under the eyes. I let it set in first, like do a like a pre-bake, and then I go ham. Taking my Maybelline Fit Me, I'm going to go ahead and set and dust off the powder on my face. Use my Morphe E3 first, scraping the edges. Oops. Scraping the edges because it's like hit bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set my face. Actually, like really liking this eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and try something different and take like a cleaner side of my beauty blender and pat in the powder. Whatever I have like left over, I'm going to take the JH07 with my Maybelline Fit Me. After I went ahead and dusted off my face powder, I'm going to take the Becky G and Colourpop Pressed Powder Bronzer in LA and go ahead and warm up the face using JH02. This was more of the redder tone of bronzers. I'm just going to dust it off on the back of my hand. Shoo. And take my big fluffy brush. This is my Morphe E4. My palette dirty already, look. Now to kind of like even out the redness, I'm going to take my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette and dip a little bit into the contour shades. These are much more like, they're not as warm, they're more neutral, so it's going to even this out for me. Taking my Morphe E4, just literally dabbing once into each shade and going to push up and carve out the contour again. I'm going to let this set a little bit. I'm going to go back to my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara, my Dior Show Mascara, and I'm going to tightline. I think I want to use this Nude Stick Magnetic Matte Color in Fig to kind of smudge on the lower lash line. I'll be right back. Alright, so that took longer than I wanted to because I had a pair of lashes. These are the Iconic Luxe from House of Lashes that I wanted to wear, but they were a little bit too dramatic for the look, so I went ahead and used my Koko Lashes Goddess, which are kind of like, which are dupes of Iconics but less dramatic. And I didn't end up using Fig because it was too light, so I went ahead and took my Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon like eyeliner in bronzed Garnet, tightlined and smudged it. And now I'm going to move back to the eyeshadow palette. Whoa. And I'm gonna take the shade Tabloid and smudge that on my lower lash line. Get my Morphe JH42. I'm going to take my Dose of Color shader brush, my most favorite brush ever for like blending out lower lash line work. I'm going to take the shade Complicated, which was the second transition shade that we used, to blend this out. Now for blush, I'm going to go ahead and take my, oh my gosh, just dropping everything. This is my NARS Overlust Cheek Palette. I'm actually obsessed with this palette. I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here, which is, I believe, is called Drift, which is a deeper cool toned mauve shade. I take my Luxie tapered highlighter and apply that. It's like a really pretty shade. I'm gonna blend with my BECCA Be a Light face palette in light medium, and I'm gonna almost drop that as well. I'm gonna take the blur shade right here. Actually, yeah, I believe this is the blur shade, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that with my Morphe E3. And this is very similar to the Hourglass powders, ambient lighting powders. Just gives like a light sheen, really airbrushed effect. For highlight, I'm gonna take my Dior Nude Skin Air Luminizer in number 3. This is my favorite highlighter from Dior. It's like a really gorgeous gold shade. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my A23 from Anastasia. Like, look how gorgeous that is. Eyebrows, using my Urban Decay Brow Endowed in Renault. I'm going to take the color side, not the primer, because I already have my brows on. I'm going to fluff up my brows. Now to set everything, I'm going to use my Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Mist. I went ahead and applied some lower lash mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Discovery, and I also want to apply some inner corner highlight. I'm going to take my Morphe E36 and I'm going to take the color Idle Hour right here and apply that to the inner corners. Line my lips now. I'm going to take my KKW Beauty in 90s Icon to line my lips. Fenty Beauty Unbuttoned Liquid Lip. Alright guys, this is the end of my tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And let me know if you got this palette. The Bare Necessities, mine's a little dirty because I'm a mess, so don't mind that. But such a pretty palette. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And also press the bell button so you're notified the next time I upload.